The hip-hop world is on fire right now, and it's all because of Boosie's son, Tootie. In a shocking turn of events, Tootie has reportedly gone after Kodak Black, and things are getting serious. This isn't your typical social media beef. Insiders say that tensions between the two have been building behind the scenes, and now it's spilling out into the public eye. Fans are already reacting in droves, with Twitter threads, Instagram posts, and TikTok videos dissecting every interaction and predicting what could happen next. What makes this story explosive is the family connection. Tootie, the son of Boosie Badass, has grown up surrounded by hip-hop culture, and now he's stepping into the spotlight in a way that's impossible to ignore. Analysts suggest that his move against Kodak Black could be more than just personal. It might have implications for street credibility, upcoming projects, and the dynamics of influence in the rap community. Every reaction video, every post, and every meme is fueling the fire, ensuring this story dominates feeds across social media. But what triggered Tootie to go after Kodak Black? Was it a diss track, a social media post, or something happening behind the scenes that fans haven't seen yet? That's exactly what we're breaking down in this video. From the history of both artists to potential fallout, we're diving deep into the details of this escalating drama. Trust me, this situation is only getting bigger, and you don't want to miss a second of it. Ever since the news broke that Boosie's son, Tootie, reportedly went after Kodak Black, the hip-hop world has been in absolute chaos. Fans across social media platforms are scrambling to piece together what sparked this unexpected clash. On Twitter, hashtags like hashtag Tootie vs. Kodak, hashtag Boosie family drama, and hashtag hip-hop beef are trending worldwide, while reaction videos on YouTube and TikTok are racking up views at an unprecedented rate. It seems every fan, influencer, and street commentator wants to weigh in on this explosive situation. Insiders have shared that the tension between Tootie and Kodak didn't happen overnight. Sources close to both camps hint that there's a history of subtle jabs, social media exchanges, and behind-the-scenes tension that set the stage for this confrontation. What started as a series of cryptic posts quickly escalated, and now it appears that Tootie is ready to make a very public statement. This revelation has left fans buzzing. Is this about respect, loyalty, or something deeper within the hip-hop hierarchy? Tootie, growing up in the shadow of Boosie Badass, has always been aware of the dynamics of the rap game. Many fans speculate that this move is more than a personal vendetta. It's a strategic play to establish credibility and assert his presence in the industry. Observers note that his connection to Boosie adds another layer of complexity, as Kodak Black now faces not just Tootie, but the legacy and influence of one of the South's most respected rap figures. The reactions online have been intense. Twitter exploded with debates, memes, and theories about what led to the clash. TikTok creators are dissecting old videos of Kodak Black and Tootie, looking for signs of friction or hidden messages. Instagram stories are flooded with clips, fan commentary, and polls asking audiences who they think has the upper hand. The story's virality has been fueled not only by the personalities involved but also by the unpredictability of the unfolding drama. Street-level conversations echo the online frenzy. In New Orleans, Baton Rouge, and other hip-hop hubs, fans are debating what the confrontation means for the reputations of both Tootie and Kodak. Local radio stations are replaying social media exchanges, analyzing tone, context, and possible triggers. DJs and promoters are speculating on whether this beef will lead to music disses, public appearances, or even physical confrontations. Every angle is being scrutinized, ensuring that the drama remains front and center across all platforms. Analysts have pointed out that while Kodak Black has a massive following and a strong track record in hip-hop, Tootie's move could reshape perceptions of him within certain circles. Fans are questioning how this clash will impact Kodak's credibility, street influence, and upcoming projects. Meanwhile, Tootie is gaining recognition for stepping into a highly visible conflict, signaling that he's ready to establish his identity in the rap game independent of his father's legacy. The escalation has also prompted speculation about the role of their respective entourages. Hip-hop insiders suggest that friends, collaborators, and even family members might play a part in amplifying or diffusing the situation. Social media videos hint at subtle warnings, cryptic comments, and backstage discussions, which fans interpret as signs of how serious this beef might become. Every move, from a like on Instagram to a comment on Twitter, is being analyzed for hidden meaning, showing just how invested the community is in this unfolding story. Podcasts and YouTube channels are now fully dissecting the situation. Analysts and fans are breaking down past events, tracing the interactions that could have led to this escalation. Some are revisiting old footage of Kodak Black's past conflicts, while others are analyzing Tootie's social media history to understand his motivations. This deep dive adds a layer of complexity, highlighting the long-term strategies artists often employ to assert influence or defend reputation. As the story unfolds, the potential outcomes are hotly debated. Will Tootie release a diss track targeting Kodak Black? Could this escalate into live events or public confrontations? Fans are actively predicting scenarios, creating a dynamic conversation that keeps the topic trending across all social media platforms. Analysts argue that regardless of the outcome, this situation is a pivotal moment for Tootie, as it could define his early career and establish his reputation among both fans and peers in the industry. In addition, this drama sheds light on how generational influence operates in hip-hop. Tootie, leveraging his father Boosie Badass's legacy, is navigating a complex environment where respect, credibility, and alliances are vital. The story has sparked broader discussions about the responsibilities and pressures faced by children of established artists, highlighting how they must balance their own ambitions with the weight of their family name. As the days pass, online speculation continues to build. TikTok creators are remixing clips, Twitter debates are reaching thousands of replies, and YouTube reaction videos are gaining millions of views. The narrative surrounding Tootie versus Kodak Black is evolving in real time, with new developments, subtle hints, and insider commentary feeding the frenzy. Every post fuels anticipation, ensuring that fans stay engaged and hungry for updates. Finally, the significance of this clash is not just in the personalities involved, but in what it represents for hip-hop culture. It illustrates the way respect, influence, and personal reputation intersect, and how conflicts, both public and private, shape the narrative of the industry. Fans are witnessing history in the making, as Tootie steps out of Boosie's shadow and Kodak Black faces a challenge that could define his interactions with a new generation of artists. The story had firmly established itself as a viral sensation. Fans, analysts, and the media are locked into a cycle of speculation, reaction, and anticipation, making it one of the most discussed hip-hop confrontations in recent memory. With Tootie making bold moves and Kodak Black responding in real time, the narrative is far from over, and fans are eagerly waiting to see what comes next. As the story of Tootie going after Kodak Black continued to circulate, the hip-hop community's reaction grew even more intense. Social media platforms became a battleground of opinions, speculation, and analysis. On Twitter, fans dissected every post, like, and comment, searching for hidden messages that could hint at the next move. TikTok creators turned old footage and recent interactions into viral content, overlaying commentary, music, and text to engage viewers in the unfolding drama. Instagram stories, memes, and YouTube reaction videos added to the frenzy, making it impossible for anyone in the hip-hop world to ignore the escalating tension. Insiders from both camps began sharing details that added depth to the situation. Some suggested that Tootie's actions were not entirely spontaneous. There may have been weeks of planning, strategy, and subtle messaging designed to make the confrontation unavoidable. Analysts pointed out that as Boosie Badass's son, Tootie has the advantage of insight and influence that most newcomers lack. He understands the weight of social media, timing, and public perception in shaping the narrative, and every move he makes is carefully calculated to maximize impact. Kodak Black, known for his resilience and strategic maneuvering, did not stay silent. Fans reported cryptic social media posts that hinted at his awareness of Tootie's challenge. These subtle messages fueled speculation about potential retaliation, whether through music, public appearances, or collaborations with other influential figures. Fans debated endlessly. Would Kodak respond directly to Tootie, or take a more indirect approach to assert dominance? Every move, no matter how small, was scrutinized and magnified by a global audience hungry for insight. Reaction videos on YouTube exploded in numbers. Creators dissected previous interviews, freestyles, and social media activity of both Tootie and Kodak Black. Some highlighted moments where Kodak had faced challenges from younger artists, drawing parallels to this situation. Others focused on Tootie's public persona, analyzing his confidence, swagger, and strategic moves as evidence that he is stepping into the industry with a bold new identity. Podcasts joined the discussion, debating whether this clash could redefine generational dynamics in hip-hop and how legacy influence shapes new entrants in the game. Meanwhile, street-level conversations mirrored the online frenzy. In New Orleans, Baton Rouge, Atlanta, and other hip-hop hubs, fans discussed the implications for respect, credibility, and hierarchy. DJs replayed social media exchanges, dissected tone and context, and speculated on whether this situation could lead to public confrontations or diss tracks. Promoters and industry insiders considered potential impacts on upcoming shows, collaborations, and events, noting that this feud could influence how both artists are perceived in broader circles. Analysts also highlighted the cultural significance of Tootie stepping into this confrontation. Being the son of Boosie Badass, Tootie carries a legacy that adds credibility and influence. Fans and critics alike debated whether this move would elevate his standing or expose him to unnecessary risks. The story provided a case study in how family legacy intersects with personal ambition in hip-hop, showing that reputation, timing, and alliances often outweigh raw talent in defining career trajectories. The social media frenzy reached new heights when leaked snippets of possible diss tracks and studio sessions began circulating. Fans speculated about lyrical jabs, subtle references, and hidden meanings, creating a narrative of tension and suspense that kept audiences hooked. Every fan theory, comment, and meme contributed to a snowball effect, ensuring the story maintained visibility across platforms and continued to trend globally. In addition to fan speculation, insiders suggested that this feud could have broader implications for the hip-hop industry. Artists, managers, and producers were paying close attention, analyzing how alliances, rivalries, and public perception could affect collaborations, marketing strategies, and upcoming releases. The dynamic between Tootie and Kodak Black became a litmus test for how younger artists navigate the industry while leveraging both talent and connections. The unfolding drama also highlighted the role of influence in modern hip-hop. Tootie's move against Kodak Black was amplified not only by social media, but by the legacy of his father. Fans recognized that in the digital era, the combination of personal brand, family influence, and strategic messaging can create viral moments that redefine an artist's career trajectory. Analysts argued that this confrontation exemplifies how perception, timing, and strategy are often as crucial as music itself in shaping the cultural landscape. As days passed, speculation about potential fallout continued to grow. Fans predicted diss tracks, collaborations with allies, and possible public appearances designed to assert dominance. Podcasts, reaction videos, and social media discussions kept the narrative alive, while leaked snippets of conversations or studio sessions added intrigue. The story had evolved from a single social media post into a full-blown cultural event, capturing attention from casual fans, industry insiders, and global audiences. The tension also sparked conversations about respect, credibility, and generational dynamics within hip-hop. Fans debated whether Kodak Black's response, or lack thereof, would impact his reputation, and whether Tootie's bold approach could influence other young artists seeking to assert themselves. Social media engagement surged, with hashtags like #Tootie vs. Kodak, #BoosieFamily, and #HipHopDrama trending continuously. Every reaction, whether supportive or critical, amplified the story, making it one of the most talked about conflicts in recent memory. In addition to music-related speculation, the narrative also opened broader discussions about the influence of family legacy in hip-hop. Tootie stepping into this feud highlighted how children of established artists must navigate pressures, expectations. The drama had reached peak visibility. Fans were glued to social media, reaction videos were going viral, and analysts were predicting next steps for both Tootie and Kodak Black. The confrontation had evolved beyond a personal feud, becoming a broader commentary on strategy, influence, and generational transition within the hip-hop world. The aftermath of Tootie reportedly going after Kodak Black sent shockwaves across the hip-hop world. By this point, the story had transcended social media, making its way into radio talk shows, podcasts, and street-level discussions in major hip-hop hubs like New Orleans, Baton Rouge, Atlanta, and New York. Every outlet was dissecting the situation, speculating about what could happen next, and analyzing the long-term implications for both artists. Fans were glued to updates, memes, and reaction videos, making this feud one of the most talked-about topics in recent hip-hop history. Analysts began evaluating the potential impact on both Tootie's and Kodak Black's careers. Tootie, emerging from the shadow of Boosie Badass, had established himself as a force to be reckoned with. His bold move to confront Kodak signaled that he is willing to stake his reputation and credibility on public battles, even against an established figure like Kodak. Observers noted that this could serve as a launching point for his career, giving him recognition not just as Boosie's son, but as a young artist capable of making waves independently. Kodak Black, meanwhile, faced the challenge of navigating this confrontation carefully. Known for his strategic thinking and street credibility, his response, or even a delayed response, could influence how the hip-hop community perceives him. Analysts suggested that Kodak's next moves, whether through social media, interviews, or music releases, would be closely scrutinized and could either escalate or defuse the situation. Fans speculated on everything from potential diss tracks to public appearances at major events, each action carrying significant weight in this unfolding drama. Street-level discussions mirrored the online frenzy. Fans in New Orleans and Baton Rouge debated Tootie's boldness, questioning whether his actions were driven by personal grievance, strategic positioning, or a combination of both. DJs and promoters analyzed the situation from an industry perspective, considering how alliances, rivalries, and credibility are intertwined. Every public post, video snippet, and interaction was scrutinized as a potential clue to the next development, highlighting the real-world stakes of this confrontation. Social media, however, remained the primary arena for the feud. Reaction videos dominated YouTube, dissecting every move from both Tootie and Kodak Black. TikTok creators recreated viral moments, adding commentary, memes, and fan theories that amplified engagement. Twitter threads exploded with speculation, debates, and polls asking fans to predict who might emerge victorious. The story's virality was amplified by the algorithms themselves, as high engagement ensured maximum visibility across all platforms. Beyond the immediate confrontation, analysts noted that this feud highlighted broader dynamics within hip-hop. The influence of family legacy, the importance of strategic public moves, and the role of perception all played crucial roles in shaping the narrative. Tootie's actions demonstrated an understanding of these dynamics, showing that in today's music industry, influence is not only about talent, it's about timing, connections, and the ability to control the conversation. The drama also had cultural significance, sparking discussions about respect, reputation, and generational influence in hip-hop. Fans debated whether Kodak Black's response, or lack thereof, would impact his standing in the community. Some argued that Tootie's bold move was a lesson for younger artists. In the digital age, visibility and engagement are as important as lyrical skill or past accomplishments. This story became more than a personal feud. It became a case study in modern hip-hop strategy and influence. As the days passed, new layers of the feud emerged. Leaked snippets of possible diss tracks and studio sessions circulated online, prompting further speculation. Fans dissected every lyric, every social media post, and every public appearance for clues. Podcasts and reaction videos explored potential alliances and rivalries, predicting how the confrontation could evolve and which side might gain the upper hand. The anticipation and speculation created a feedback loop, ensuring that the story remained trending and relevant for weeks. Insiders hinted that the conflict could extend beyond music. Some speculated about business deals, collaborative projects, and potential power plays within the hip-hop industry. Observers noted that both Tootie and Kodak Black operate within networks of influence, where personal decisions can have cascading effects on careers, collaborations, and brand perception. Fans closely watched interactions between their entourages, interpreting subtle gestures as indicators of future moves. The story also had a global impact. International fans joined discussions on social media, creating translations, commentary, and reaction videos that further amplified engagement. The feud was no longer just a local or national story. It had become a worldwide conversation. Analysts pointed out that in today's interconnected world, viral moments in hip-hop can cross borders instantly, impacting streaming numbers, music sales, and public perception globally. By the end of this chapter in the feud, it became clear that Tootie's bold move against Kodak Black was more than a fleeting moment of drama. It represented a generational shift, showcasing how emerging artists leverage family legacy, social media, and strategic public actions to carve out a place in the industry. Fans and analysts alike recognized that this feud could define careers, influence collaborations, and reshape perceptions of credibility within hip-hop. All eyes remain on both artists. Will Tootie continue to assert his presence, or will Kodak respond in a way that reclaims his dominance? Will this feud lead to diss tracks, collaborative reconciliations, or public confrontations? One thing is certain: the story has captured the imagination of fans worldwide, proving that in the modern hip-hop landscape, strategy, timing, and public perception are just as important as talent and lyrical ability. The legacy of this feud will likely be studied by fans, analysts, and future artists alike. It highlights the power of social media, the influence of family ties, and the intricate dance of respect, credibility, and ambition that defines modern hip-hop. For now, fans continue to speculate, react, and engage, eagerly awaiting the next chapter in this explosive saga between Boosie's son Tootie and Kodak Black.